Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 favorite drugstore foundations, but I want to talk about the big elephant in the room, my hair. I recently got married 2 weeks ago from today, and I was so ready to cut my hair off, so it's pretty dramatic. It's just stacked in the back and kind of angled towards the front, as you can see. I am absolutely loving it, and I was ready for a change, so this is what I did. Alright, so let's move on and talk about my favorite drugstore foundations. I know in the last couple of videos I've talked about a lot of like high-end foundations, but today I have 5 foundations that I am absolutely loving, and these are all from the drugstore. They're all affordable, and these foundations work with all types of skin. So if you have dry skin, oily skin, combination skin, I think I have something here that can work for everyone. So the first product I'm going to start off with is by Revlon, and this is the Colorstay Whipped Foundation. I got mine at CVS. You can find it at Walmart, Target, CVS, pretty much anywhere, and this runs about $8 to $10. Sometimes they're on sale, but I think I've gotten it for like $9 or $10. I absolutely love this. This is a full coverage foundation, and in my opinion, this looks better the longer it's on your face. So it looks perfect when you first put it on, but then if you look in the mirror 5-6 hours later, your face just looks flawless. It is a pretty thick consistency, as you can tell right there. It's a whipped consistency, and I always put this on with a brush as opposed to like the beauty blender. I just feel like it applies better like that, but this is perfect if you were looking for a full coverage foundation, and this lasts a good 12 hours in my opinion. So this is a really good foundation for full coverage. The next one I'm going to talk about is by Loreal, and this is the True Match Lumi Healthy Luminous Foundation, and I have pretty dry skin, so I absolutely gravitate towards foundations like this because they're luminous, they give you that healthy glow that everyone wants, and it comes with a pump, which is so convenient. That's what I love about foundations, especially the ones that at the drugstore. Not a lot of them come with pumps, so I love this. This is pretty affordable. I've gotten it for like $6 to $8 at Walmart, and again, you could find this pretty much anywhere. And this gives medium to full coverage. I don't like to layer this on too much because it can look cakey, but if you put 1 or 2 layers on, this looks amazing. You can get full coverage with this. It just gives you a nice healthy glow, and they have a bunch of color selections. They just came out with some new. The color I have it in is W6, which is like a warm tone, but absolutely love this. This lasts about 8 hours on my skin, and again, you can find this pretty much anywhere. If you're on the drier side, I definitely recommend this foundation. The next foundation I am going to be talking about, this is by Covergirl. This is the Outlast Stay Fabulous Foundation. I talked about this, I think, a year or 2 ago, I want to say, and it was probably a year ago, but this is such a good full coverage foundation. You can do like a lighter hand and get like medium coverage, but if you want full coverage, this is another alternative. Again, this comes with a pump too, which is always a plus. And this is actually a 3-in-1, so it has like the primer, and I think it's got sunscreen and obviously the foundation in there, so you don't even have to put a primer on when you're using this, which is great. I always do, but if you don't have one, I think this is a good alternative. You get a lot of bang for your buck. This is like, I think, $8 at the drugstore. Again, I've seen it at Walmart and Target. I don't know if I've seen it at my Walgreens, but I have seen it at Walmart and Target. And again, this gives you full coverage. This applies really good with the beauty blender. It just goes on evenly, and it doesn't look cakey at all. This lasts a good 6 to 8 hours on me. And if you're on the dry side, if you use a wet beauty blender, this looks good too. I feel like sometimes if you use it with a brush, it can like catch on to some of the dry patches, but if you use a dampened beauty blender, this looks flawless. And if you're oily, this works good too. So this is by Covergirl. the next one I'm going to be talking about, I mentioned this a few videos ago. This was in my Makeup for Beginners video. And this is by Loreal. This is the True Match Super Blendable Makeup. I absolutely adore this foundation because it has so many color selections. They have like, the color I have is W6, that's my color, but I want to say they have like 15 to 20 different shades, and they range from all different tones. Like if you're more of a yellow base tone, if you're more pink, neutral, they have everything. So that's why I love this, because pretty much anybody can find their match with this foundation. This is pretty affordable. I want to say $6 to $8, and you can find this anywhere. I've seen it at CVS, Walgreens, Walmart, Target, and a lot of times CVS and Walgreens has coupons on this, so it's always good to get those while you can. You can also buy all the products that I just mentioned at Ulta too and use the coupon with that, but this gives you such flawless coverage. I would say not full coverage. This is actually the foundation I have on today, but you could build it up. First layer is medium coverage, and then if you put 2 layers on, you'll get pretty, I don't want to say full coverage, but it's a pretty nice coverage. You could still see some like freckles and stuff, but it just looks natural. It's easy to work with. You could use this with the Beauty Blender or the brush. I always use the Sigma F80, and it goes on flawless. And this typically lasts a good 8 to 10 hours on me. Like, I've had my makeup on, let's see, it's 5:21. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've had it on since 11 o'clock this morning. So this just kind of gives you an idea of how it wears and what it looks like. Again, I am on the drier side, but if you're oily or dry, I've seen people use this and love it. Just set it with a powder if you are oily. But this is, again, Sun Beige W6. This is the Loreal foundation. Okay, so the last one I want to talk about is another Loreal. I know I have 3 here from Loreal, but I just love a lot of Loreal products. But this foundation is a new one. This is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Blur Foundation, and it comes in this tube. And this has a pretty, I don't want to say, it's kind of like a whipped consistency, but it's on the thicker side. And I'll show you in a close-up. But again, this came out, I want to say, a few months ago. And I have 2 colors just because I couldn't find, I mean, it was kind of hard to see what color would match me. But the color I have it in is 208 Sand Beige, and this is a pretty good match for me. This can give you medium to full coverage. Again, I like to only put 1 layer on, and sometimes I'll go in just like right here and put a little bit extra there, but I don't like to do 2 layers of this because this can look cakey, but you really don't even need 2 layers. 1 layer of this looks amazing. It gives you such a nice, like, healthy look to your skin. It doesn't look cakey at all. And it's not completely matte either, which is what I love about this. If you are on the dry side and you want to mix it with something, you can always mix like an illuminizer or anything like that just to give you that extra glow. But this doesn't go on completely matte. And that's what I love about this foundation. The coverage is good. The lasting power, again, 8 to 10 hours. It really does wear well. I've worn this when I've been outside a lot, and I didn't notice that it was breaking up any or getting cakey at all. So this is a really good foundation. This comes in not as many colors as the other L'Oreal products. I think it has like 10 to 12 shades. And I picked this up for, I think it was like $8.49 at my Target. Again, you can find this at all the drugstores, Walmart, Target, anywhere, and they've came out with new like blushes, like cream blushes and things like that, which I haven't tried, but I just have been loving this foundation, and I really recommend it to anybody that is even oily or dry skin. I feel like this would be perfect for you guys. So those are my top 5 drugstore foundations. I hope you guys found this to be helpful. I know I was kind of quick with this, but I wanted to just give you like the rundown on all the things you needed to know. Those 5 foundations have been my staple, except for this one I just recently got, but the other ones I've worn for over like 3-4 years. I've not the exact ones, but I have worn those foundations for such a long time and I don't break out with them, and they're pretty consistent. The formula hasn't changed that I've noticed, so I've really been enjoying all those foundations. So of course, if you guys have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. I would love to hear from you. And until next time, I will see you in my next video. Bye!